dia ye de bremo joada enyume bia no nsia pepepe ne da bremo sabre clock asesa nti mo amo UK ne Ghana no abo 11 p.m. ɛwɔ bia mo 11 p.m. so still magic kwa any aba between komo kama it's just some course supported media. I found out about so please share the link to your friends and loved ones so that we can all have a great and a fruitful session today. Next week, our topic is going to center on pregnancies and fibroids, or fibroids and pregnancies. And very own Dr. Jacqueline will be walking us through this process. She's coming all the way from UK to help us, make this a successful one. So, without much ado, I'd like to say, because of the little limitations, I'm not going to run into commercials today because I'm running from Ghana. We have a little limitation from the office as well. And as a producer, am I good to go on that? If I am there, then I can go ahead and proceed. If not, then I will just probably wait later down the line that we can do the commercials on that. With that being said, I want to say thank you all for coming again, taking time out of your busy schedule. My name is PK Ofori-Asenso, and I'm going to be your host for tonight. Big shout outs to all my producers, and also thanks to you all for making it to today's show. So, as we share the link and invite friends and families to join us on Zoom, I want to say this is going to be a beautiful one, a beautiful session today. Is about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence with the one and only Killer Pope. So me friend Killer Pope was a Killer Eric. So there you. But you need Dr. Pope anybody between in common. So Dr. Pope, today's segment is gonna be in English for the purpose of those who do not understand our language, the Cree language. So let's do that in English. But big shout outs to all our sponsors for making today's show a very successful. All right. Producer, can you just give us a quick commercial break and so that we resume, we'll take it from there.
Yankutuna sio nyameno no. Yanana sia wa maya tamfuati shoko. Hey, tiawa ne die no no. Wayama na yamengwangwa. Hey, wayama ne timwa. Atamfuati shoko. Ghana for me the unbreakable joy is blessing. Oh, share HRETV. Kosuana she. Now be inshira unbreakable. Keep it locked.
Check the statistics. What from beaucoup d'État on big six. We remove all the girls, logistics. You want here top speed, Olympics. Yo, what up, people? It's your boy Natalie, and I'm watching HRETV, man. Keep it locked. Badman operator.
Hello, guys. It's your girl Pamela Odame Watara, and I just want to recommend HRETV for you guys for all your latest interviews. Just stay tuned at HRETV. I love you guys. Mwah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching me live on HRE TV. HR, His Royal Majesty. Oh my goodness, I love the name of this TV. HRE TV. Oh my goodness. Just catch us live on YouTube. Just go there, HRE TV, and click subscribe, and then get update on everything that they put there, and then watch them also live on Facebook. When you hear the name HRTV, you are talking about television that comes from the heart. Oh, HRTV. Oh, Makuma Tomi Mwati. Me that one say. Good morning, children. A B C D E F G H R E H R E HRE TV. Go and watch HRE TV. Bye bye. His right.
Producer, thank you very much. Thank you. Dr. Pope, what's your makeup? All right, welcome to the show Time with Tatupsen, proudly sponsored by Tatupsen and all our affiliate sponsors. Due to some technical glitches, we're not gonna, do the commercials, but we're gonna proceed with the show. And once Tatupsen or leaders from Tatupsen comes on board, we will also get the updates from Startup Center as well. Like I said, if there's anybody from Startup Center who can help us with any update, that would be great. Um, that would be great. But if not, Dr. Pope, let's go ahead and go straight to the point for today's topic. Today is about excuse me, artificial intelligence and how it can impact our society. There are so many things that people are saying about artificial intelligence. And before we proceed, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Then after that, we're gonna delve deeper into it.
Okay, so thank you, PK, and your entire team and members. So a little bit about me. Um, I'm a Ghanaian, obviously, and my specialization is in software engineering, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. And my background is combination of technical compliance and also entrepreneurship. And it's an amazing discussion when I hear people talking about artificial intelligence. And today we will dive a little bit more into it, or even as much as we can. But my background, of course, I come from western part of Ghana, specifically Sefi. And it has been a great journey so far, but currently I'm in Virginia. So that's a little brief about myself with regards to my background.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so with the topic for today, what is artificial intelligence? Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Then now we can punch some holes into what artificial intelligence is about.
Okay, sure. So to make it easy for people to understand, when we talk about artificial intelligence, just think about it that computer systems, individual computer components or systems that are doing something that human beings should have been doing. So there are things that we can do. For example, you can sit to write your own letter. You can sit to prepare your own resume. You can do multiple things, write your own application, write your own code and everything. But instead of you doing that, computer system end up get trained, and then they end up being able to provide those services in place of human. So in the layman understanding, when you say artificial intelligence is nothing but computer systems being empowered to do things that humans can do, but do it in a more computer form, using algorithm, using infrastructures that are being built into it. So that is the basic explanation for computer intelligence.
Okay, so if you don't mind, you can just go ahead and with your presentation, just let us know more details or maybe things that some of us did not know or knew but never took it seriously. So walk us through the journey of artificial intelligence and how you want the world to see the impacts in the society.
Sure. So one thing that we have to understand is we as humans, we feed computer system with information. And the information we feed to computer system is what they learn. So one thing about artificial intelligence is if a wrong person ends up putting wrong information in there, we are all going to get wrong results. But a little bit to give people an understanding, how does the process work? So computer system or the AI we see, the intelligence system we see, they learn. So because when you build a new system, it's blank. It doesn't have anything in it. People, humans like you and I, we end up injecting information into it. Now, when you inject information into it, how the intelligence system is being built is to make sure that the moment you inject it into it, we have something we call algorithms, right? Algorithms are instructions. They are a set of rules. They are a set of computer learning mechanism that helps us to know how to communicate with the system we have built. So the information you inject into it, that information start being learned by the computer system. So the computer start understanding that, okay, you gave me this file. You gave me this data. What should I do to it? That's where the algorithm comes in. So it's a three-component thing. What we feed into the computer system, then what the computer has to learn, and then the output it will give us. In between is the intelligence. So computer intelligence system or artificial intelligence is nothing but what we put in, and we train the system that if you see something like this, it means this. The more you see this, think like a human and act that way. In that process, that is where the intelligence process comes in. So we shouldn't get confused with things. But the place it becomes very tricky is when we don't know the output of what we are expecting, and then we go into all this intelligence system to look for results. Okay, that's where it becomes very crazy. It's different from the fact that, let's say PK knows what he's looking for, but he just wants some guidance. Then the artificial intelligence system can help, okay, go this way, go that way. One very simple example can be, you know your route to, let's say, Kumasi, or you know your route to, let's say, Virginia, Washington, D.C., or Ohio. You know the road. But because maybe there have been one or two things, there could be traffic on the road, there could be delays, there may be new roads that have been created for faster route. So you can use your GPS to teach you or to give you a little bit information that this route is faster than the other route based on my calculations, so use this. That is a good way of using the intelligence system. But if you don't know the road and you are dependent solely on the intelligence of the computer system as the mechanism, for example, the example I'm using in this use case, the GPS to lead you, the GPS can drop you somewhere that you don't know. So if we are going to be using computer intelligence system, the benefits are a lot. We will talk about some of them, but we need to understand that some bad people are feeding computer system with wrong information. So if you don't know what you are expecting and you rely solely on AI as your means to be able to get your work done or to be able to go to school or to be able to, I know some law students that are using AI as a way to write, or research students using AI to write their research work and all those things. Yes, you are going to get an output, but because you don't know what you are expecting, maybe your output may be wrong. And that's why on ChatGPT, for example, writes always that we have given you this resource. However, we expect you to do a little bit review and a little bit extra work before you can take this and own it up as your own documentation or as your own resource. So I would like to, PK, I don't know if you have any question, but I would like to start with this flow so that people understand that the fact that we have an AI doesn't mean we have to solely depend on this, because don't forget, computer cannot do anything unless you and I sit behind the scene to feed it, and then we ask it to train itself.
All right. I do have a lot of questions though, but I wanted to go with your flow and see what are some of the things that you want to just throw for us. And that's a good segue to it. So computer kind of sounds more or less like a gun. The gun is not the most uh, deadly weapon, but rather the person behind it that makes it deadly. So,
Yes.
my next question is: what are some examples of AI we already use in our daily lives?
So, of course, there are some that are very obvious. One, ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been enhanced in such a way that the free version and then the paid version are different. The paid version are helping out a lot of things, because you'll be surprised that people use some part of ChatGPT as a therapy. They get information about therapy from there. I don't know if people have realized that we have been using an AI for a very long time. If you remember, gone were the days you had a text support thing that you send a message and then it will prompt you that, oh, we'll get back to you. That time it wasn't advanced. All those times, then we were using a little bit of artificial intelligence component in the whole process. But now it has been advanced. So the tools are a lot, but the most popular ones, we have one that is helping with translation of discussions. Teams have it, Zoom also have it. So it helps those people who do the secretariat job or the PAs and all those people. When your leaders are in a meeting that you are part of it, those AI can be able to do all the transcription of your conversation. So now it's taking the notes for you that you could have been taking yourself, but it's making it easier for you to go through that process. Elon Musk have one. The name just escaped my mind, but it's a very advanced level. It's being used by engineers in terms of building aviation stuff, in terms of building what do you call it? Things, space-related activities. Those things are also there. So we have common ones that we are doing, we are having, but also PK, for the credibility of your platform, I'm not going to mention some fake ones are there. There are fake ones that are giving information to our kids. So those of us that have tablets for our kids, there are some of the tablets comes with or automatically get installed with some of these bad AI tools. And then they will be showing the kids things that they don't have to see. So when we are getting all these little devices for the kids, be careful which ones are going to be installed or they are installed on there for people to use. But again, to answer your question, we have the popular ones are out. The hospitals are depending. I think 2-3 weeks ago, some of the healthcare industry are now working with ChatGPT to be able to get health recommended procedures so that when someone comes in for, let's say, physical therapy information, now they can get at least some preliminary information a little bit before they even start actual go to the therapy. So they are all working in hand with them. But again, we should make sure that whichever one that we are using, we are getting the right information, because if we don't, we are going to get false information and we are going to feed on that false information. I bet you some people are committing suicide through some of these AIs because they are getting wrong information and they go out there to practice what they saw or what they read from the artificial intelligence system.
All right. I quite remember in one of my programs, it was reported, like the professor was just talking about, cases, we're treating cases and rationales.
Mm-hmm.
And there was actually one of these prominent schools that ChatGPT actually gave one of the students false information.
Right.
And basically, everything was out of place. So I totally understand how this can actually be a concern. But how can AI improve one's quality of life? The QOL of an individual. How can AI improve it?
So I'll take it both on technical and non-technical side. For example, if you are into technical things, let's say how to build things or do computer system, or even as a teacher, as a professor, as instructor, it helps your life in such a way that there are things that gone were the days you spend so much time to prepare. And not chat GPT, artificial intelligence systems, whichever one you use, can help you make it easier. For example, they've given you some work. You are a programmer or you are an engineer. You know how to do it. But the complexity, you are thinking about which, excuse me, which option should I use? Which way will be the best case for me to go? You can put that same question within your AI and it will give you multiple ways to go around with that. So in a way, you are not going to copy what you saw there, but you are going to get an idea that, okay, this is the best way that could let us get a very good answer, because there are experts and there are people who have been doing this for a very long time, who have trained computer systems to be able to help provide you with some feedback on your question. The feedback may not be 100% correct, but it could be about 85-90% correct to give you the guidelines. So as individual, it helps you cut the time that you were going to sit to figure those components out. You are an instructor. Of course, you have your curriculum stuff. You have to build what you need to do to present to your students. But in a way, you can feed that request into an AI, and AI can give you some recommended approach on how to go with your presentation so that it will be a little bit easier for even your students to understand. Because some people can teach you, you will not understand because maybe of how their whole course structure is. But AI can break it down. One thing that I do is when I'm writing some email, sometimes you may want to send a particular conversation because of where it's coming from. You may be upset, or you may like things to be done this way and people are not getting things done. If you don't take care, you could send an emotional message or something that can make you look bad. But you can put that question, or you can draft what you are trying to say and put it in an intelligent system and say, rewrite this for me in a more professional way. It will take the context you are trying to send out and write it in a way that you will not sound, anybody who reads it will not see that you are upset or anything like that. So some of us, we all use it, but we use it in a way that it will help us better the job that we are trying to do. One thing that is happening right now is, PK, you know that the doctors, some of the medical doctors, they are working with some of these AI tools to help them with their surgical procedures. So they are feeding their own, they are building it like a software, trying to understand how the human layer and every component of the human layer and how it can predict and tell them everything about that particular person prior to the surgery. So then they know that we don't have to go this way, we have to go this way. So that prompt or that information given to you ahead of time, it helps you to prepare you in the job market or also in even your career. So it's good. Sometimes there are some software engineers that bet you, you ask them to write a code and they'll go to ChatGPT and put the question in the ChatGPT will write the software for them and they will take it. But the problem with that is it's just a prototype code that they have written for you. It has no base. It doesn't really work exactly as you're expecting it. So now that you've gotten an idea how to write it, then it's up to you to improve on it. So in our daily lives, it's really, really helping. There are some people who don't even know the food they would like to eat. They go to a place and they'll put a question in there. I'm in China. What would be the best food that could fit someone with maybe this type of a vegetarian or this or that? They can give you that information. So it happened our lives. But the key thing is, since humans, we like to misuse things, we need to be very careful because sometimes I may copy something from ChatGPT, PK may copy the same thing from ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT as an example because it's the popular one, but there are Copilot from Teams, which is from Microsoft. They are all AIs that people are using. Because we are all copying each other, we may end up copying the wrong thing, or we may end up plagiarizing when you are a student or something like that. So we just have to be careful, but it's really helping the community, it's helping the industry we are in. And then those who know how to do it very well, they are getting jobs with it. For example, because when were the days that we had people who do graphic design things, right? Right now, there is an artificial intelligence system that you ask it to graphically create something for you. We see all those things on TikTok, the videos on there, some of those things, those that people are praying, those that people are speaking words, and everything is matching. Even some of them, you drop in a picture, it then animates it and do all those things. They are all intelligence systems that are taking the human form to do all those things. So it's working. That's what some people are using on social media. They will post that videos, get millions of views. They will monetize their platform. They get money from it. They share it. And that is their full-time job, right? A technology is doing that for them. But in a way, there are some other people who are also misusing it and trying to use it against
Okay.
the main purpose of it.
So let's look at this in a brief session. Can AI help solve the global challenges such as poverty, climate change, or healthcare?
So, okay, let me take them one by one. Healthcare problems, AI can help. Not solve everything, but solve majority of it. Because in diagnosis, we can build a technology or an artificial intelligence system that understands the human nature. And the beautiful thing about computer system is when you train it and you give the algorithm or the instructions on doing this thing, the next time it sees something else that looks like that, it picks it up and try to train itself. So
Is the memory.
yes, so it can help. When it comes to poverty, poverty in a way, I would say poverty 50-50, because there are some people who wants to be poor by nature though.
Hey,
Yeah,
I've not met those people yet.
there are some people who don't want to do anything. Because, and of course, we all know the classification of poverty, but there are some people who like to stay on government needs 100%. They will not do anything. So they will remain in that low level area because someone is paying for them to survive. Why would I work if someone is paying for me to survive? But they will remain poverty in poverty because at the end of the day, they can't afford higher level living stuff. So with the exception of those people, high poverty levels like people graduating from school and not getting a job done, AI can help. Because I know two people, and I think because you know one of them as well, who is in Ghana. All what he's doing is creating content through an AI product. So he just go put his questions in there. Oh, I want you to do this type of videos and post it on TikTok, Instagram, this for me each and every day. They're using an AI, and when he wakes up,
then I don't know who's doing that.
Oh, you don't? Then I'll tell you that person. They are benefiting a lot. And when I go to their post on TikTok, a post that 100,000 views, 50,000 views, and they are monetizing it. That same content they are posting on Facebook, they are posting on TikTok. Instagram, other places, and then they are getting income from it because now monetization is a good thing. So that same person who was poor some time back, now he has gotten something to do with his hands, and then they are all benefiting. So it can help with the poverty stuff. The only people AI cannot help when it comes to poverty is going to be those that have that mindset that they want to live. They want to put their burden on top of some people to do that. But apart from that, it can help with that. And climate change, for that, I'm not 100% sure, but they give some recommended. See, the problem with AI is that whatever some people will put it in is what they are going to give out, and they are going to learn from it. So if someone puts wrong information about, let's say, fire outbreak in, let's say, California or things like that, AI can give recommended approach that if you're doing this, don't do it this way, don't do it that way. But aside that, someone causing those high level things, like even flood or issues like in Ghana, people choke the gutters or do all those things. AI cannot solve that because at the end of the day, it's our own human error. So there are some that it can, some it cannot, but some in the healthcare area, I don't know if you know that the neurochip thing that Elon Musk is trying to do, aside whatever issues that people may think about it, that thing is actually having an AI-based intelligence system that can help with people who are blind. So,
wow.
because the his neurochip with the AI thing will sit somewhere in the brain, and then we all know that our eyes, before we can see, the nerves around it have to be active so that we can see each other. So when the nerves are having an issue within the neural level, then it can cause issue with you being able to see or the person being able to see. So if his intelligence system with his neurochip can repair those tissues and those nerves, then it ends up repairing the eye, which was not able to see. And there have been research around it that they are championing how they can push it around to help people with blindness and all those things. So it's helping, but again,
So I'm not trying to cut you off, but due to time and also giving people other chance to ask questions, AI is a very broad topic. So if we don't get too, controlled, we might get excited and lose the focus. With everything that you're saying right now, will there be a time AI will take away human interface, and will it affect our future jobs?
So you mean human jobs, right? Will AI overshadow our human jobs?
Yes.
Well, I don't think so.
Why?
Because the intelligence system have a limit. They can do as much, but, and again, before even the intelligence system can work, someone like you and I have to sit back and build it. Now look at the funny thing. If we build it and we don't maintain it to enhance it, that's the limit that it is. When you look at ChatGPT, when it started first, then I intentionally went in to search for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. ChatGPT, I took a screenshot of it. I have to look for it and I'll forward it to you. ChatGPT told me, I'm not sure who you are searching for, but I'm sure with time, I can be able to give you that information. I bet you, PK, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the release, and then everybody was going on there, I went there again and I searched for Kwame Nkrumah. Now it was able to give me a whole page information about Nkrumah. So I was like, wait. Then the system is actually learning itself, but someone has to sit and enhance on it. So there are some jobs that will be out of the scene though. And it's not necessarily an AI taking it, but it's the way nature is. For example, previously then we have the typewriters and those guys when you go to a doom, they are there to do all those things. Guess what? When Mavis Beacon typing thing came up, their service was less needed, right? And now we have something like Copilot on Teams, which is an AI that do a whole lot of things, including notes taking. So maybe secretary job may be needed, but it may not be needed as much, because now can get the same notes that my secretary may be trying to give it to me in a meeting. So I may not necessarily need a secretary, but I may need a project manager or a team lead who, after taking that note, we can act on top of it. So I see it in such a way that this intelligence system is going to advance our skill set. So people will not just stay there. You are a typist. You cannot just stay there because you know how to type. No. Now you have to get something beyond that, because other than that, an intelligence system can do what you are doing. So in a way, it's going to enhance it. But it's not going to take over the entire job, because don't forget, and of course, you know it better, in aviation and in the military, we still need the people in there. Even if a medical doctor is going to do surgery, we still need the doctor to make sure that things are going right. If someone is doing ethical hacking, fine. Robots can do that, but guess what? When there's an interception and it gets confused, some human system have to go in there and know that, oh, this part of the code has some issue, so let's fix that. Recently, I don't know if you saw that in California, Silicon Valley, this Amazon self-driving cars and Apple self-driving cars, they collided because they were both thinking. And you see the funny thing, when you see how their GPS works, they have this kind of like previous times infrared lighting system. So within a second, it goes around over 1,000 times, right? And pick every little object to determine where it should move to, it should tend to. And guess what? At that time, the Apple ones and the Amazon one, they were all looking for the same object. So while they were making the turn, they collided, and it came into the news, and people were laughing that we can't rely on artificial intelligence always. We need someone in there, because if human being was in there, we would have known that, oh, okay, someone is trying to make a left. Let me wait for the person to make a left before I can also turn. So yes, the intelligence is going to help, but the problem is we can't rely on that. So rather, I would say we shouldn't think they are come to take the job. Rather, we should advance our skill set in such a way that now we can be able to add more value into it, because computers can't do anything without you feeding information into it.
So in that case, how can the government help improve the jobs that are more secure for its citizens?
So if I get the question well, jobs that are more secure as in, you mean
Like
the
you rightfully said, jobs that may not be AI defects or AI ratification. So if they are being, if you promote a lot of such jobs, then it does not create a sense of fear among the job force, but rather creates a job security and stability among the citizens, which enhances all uh, grants the way for a good economy. So how can a government, look into such avenues to help promote jobs like that?
So one thing that I'm beginning to see more is artificial intelligence is gradually, basically, they are diving into everywhere, even in construction, in mining, in all those areas that we think that computer system will not penetrate. They are penetrating in there.
But since they are penetrating all over the place, should there be laws to protect that, to help others feel comfortable and secured?
Yeah, there is artificial intelligence law, but one thing about computer system is this: the moment you train it to some level, the law can do as much. So it's either we come up par with it, or we say we are not going to push it that much. Let me give you a little bit of example, which is not artificial intelligence, but when cryptocurrency came out, right? Bitcoin came out, we saw a lot of protest from the big banks here in the US and everything. We don't have any regulation. We don't have this and that and that. Now, there were lawsuits and all those things. The people who made these machineries started proving it to people that, you know what, it's not here to fight you. It's here to work with you. And guess what? Now, all the banks that were fighting against it, they are all using crypto rails to do international wired transfer. Right now, Ripple are even changing their rails to use XLM and XRP to move money so quickly, because guess what? XRP can move money within seconds. Within 10 seconds, it can move money from here to Europe, compared to the traditional way, which would take you hours or maybe days. So there may be policies, but to the government, to answer your question, what the government can do is provide avenues for our people to learn these things that are coming up. That's how I see it. In such a way that if I know that in the next 2-3 years, the probability that things are going to change is so high, then as a government, I have to start looking for or building the avenues that my people can help train, because you can do as much with the policies, but I bet you, if human beings see that this is working for me, they are going to push on there, because people like to be lazy. People they don't want to do things. So to me, if I'm a government, or to answer your question, I think that what the government can do is, number one, for policies and assurance with job, they can let them know that, okay, fine, these things are advancing. We are putting policies in place in such a way that if you are using it at your job place, it's not going to cause much problem to you. But as to job security, that becomes a little bit variable because there are some people that, no matter what you do, they are not going to perform at the job. And then
you and these people, you and this lackadaisical people who don't like to work.
I'm telling you, see, when you know why right now
Because
they
this is
are
the second time
asking
you took that
almost,
flag.
you know why right now they are asking almost everybody to come back to the office?
Why?
When this virtual work came, some of
Mhm.
our people, they will put, I don't know how to say this in
Yeah, trust.
almost the akuaba besi or ashen space, eh? And they will be they will be sleeping. And then more than once they are sleeping, then they are on the Zoom 10, then they are on the Teams 10. So in the mind of the employer, you are working. But if you work around in baby, they are somewhere doing. So when all this COVID thing went down and people realized that, you know what, you all come back to the office so that we can see your face that you are actually working.
Mhm.
See, human being, when you give human being small inch, PK, I think last year, a lawyer, an actual lawyer in the US here in Georgia, went to ChatGPT, used ChatGPT to build a case. Case kind of say court, a whole court case, not just schoolwork. Lawyer took ChatGPT verbatim, like word for word, whatever was on there, and used it, tried to use it to go and defend a case. So if we leave people like that, and guess what? The information on there was not accurate because it was just an assumption that ChatGPT was taken. And they have taken his license. In Georgia, that case, I wish I have the URL, I would have shared with the audience we have today for them to see. So human being is number one, lazy by default. Okay. I bet you if everybody is to get food on their table, people will not go anywhere. Sure. So that is there. So job security there
So
is,
who is responsible for ChatGPT malfunction?
it's us. Whoever they have
Is it
hired
us?
as the data.
Hold on. Is it us or those who built ChatGPT?
Oh, I mean, us as in the people behind it. So if you, PK, and I, we assuming we built
No, I understand
ChatGPT.
that. I understand that better. And what I'm saying is it necessarily those behind it or those who are the back end building it, and not those at the front end misusing it?
That's what I'm saying. Like those who created the code. So let me help explain this. There are the engineers building the technology so that it will be blank. And there are scientists and data analysts and all these people
Feeding it.
who are updating it with information. That's where right now, because it's easy to build this, I'm not saying easy literally, it costs a lot, millions of dollars, but if you get the right folks, they can build it for you. When you build it, the problem is who are those people sitting behind the scene to feed the data, or what are the data endpoints? Where are they pulling this information from? You know, some of these systems that claim they are AI, they are pulling information from Google, right? So whatever Google is feeding in, they are also trying to translate it in. So there is no actual human related people out there behind the scene trying to feed the system with correct information, and there are some people doing bad things with it. There is this AI that got sanctioned by the US government couple of months ago, that they were explaining to kids how to handle gun, how to shoot someone, and all those, and they were installing it on little 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years case iPad and all those tablets. So it's on there. So those feeding the information are the problem. Now, that's why on some platform like Copilot and ChatGPT, when you do a search and it gives you a result, and they give you the feedback that you have to review it. If you don't like it, you can click for it to reload, and then you can go out there to go and look for something more and bring it back again to you. It's, in the lawyer's case, I will not blame the data analyst behind the scene. because you claim you are a lawyer, you have license. It's what we are BB and I say what for BB will chat GPT. BB
Okay.
and Kenchiro, nothing tells you to glance through it. You
So,
know, that's
so,
how lazy we are.
so now that we looked at the negative aspect of it, you and these lazy people, they will catch you. Now that we looked at the negative aspect of the conversation, right?
Mhm.
How can AI positively impact teaching and learning in schools?
Right. So in schools is very helpful because now AI is helping our kids who are disabled in terms of speech and learning, all those. I've seen some AIs that are helping kids, especially they built that technology specifically for disabled kids to be able to learn and catch up with the able kids that are out there. So that is one good thing. And of course, professors, we know how they are benefiting from it. But as students, it helps with research work. Sometimes you may, let's say you're a graduate student, you're a PhD student, you are doing your research, although you are not going to take the words like that. But whatever research that you can ask an artificial intelligence system and ask the system that, hey, what is the problem, the most relevant problem happening in my locality? And you can put your locality in there as a big problem happening there. I
And it will
bet
give the
you.
prevalent issue.
Right. It will tell you, and then now you can use it as your thesis topic or whatever you want to do your research on and start
Research
building.
question.
Right. And start building towards it. So it's really helping. You know, they don't know math. No offense to those people though. That AI is helping you to do multiplication. See, some of these things I'm saying, BK, what the Omega say, I'm against those people. I'm not. There is some people, common multiplication, 919, 9 2 this, 9 3. Omunim.
You don't even know the answer. You said like 2 days.
What I said, my example, of course. You know, some AI is helping you. I saw one which was so funny. That helps you to do multiplication. So can take the number of things you want to multiply and use colors and tell you that if you take this and put it together, how many are they? Then record. It takes that and it add up. So all these things are helping with education. You know, so it's very good thing that we are having. But what I would say is that as individuals, we shouldn't be paranoid with the way technology is advancing. Because whether we like it or not, there are people like myself, there are people sitting down always thinking about how can we make something innovative. And now kids are putting energy into technology. They are putting, now we have self-driving cars out there. Aside the self-driving cars that we have, we are having technology to help us with our education, our healthcare. All these things are coming in. So by the time you realize, PK, you can't do anything without all this. And guess what? Right now, even fridge crown, and we have AI version of fridge. Okay, you can ask it. Those who have this new tech fridge,
There's some songs.
right? It can help prepare a menu items for your house, and it can tell you, okay, this item, aduane way, ebia egg no dudu ewo mu asa, and it can prompt you on your screen. You know, it can send you text messages. We are here. You can connect with the Google Home or this one, the other popular one that people have. Turn off the light for me. Turn off
Alexa.
the Alexa and all those things. So they are all intelligent system. Of course, the more you are using it, the risk is going to be high. But at the end of the day, it's helping us. So job-wise, I will encourage. See, if you don't right now, as I'm speaking, PK on your platform, and I will encourage anyone hearing us, even if you don't have a job, right? Just go out there, look for an AI that can help you create post news, just news, whatever is happening in the world. And that same content in a text form, they will convert it into a video. Now post on all these social media platforms. And with time that people are watching and then they are hearing all these things, your views are increasing, you start monetizing it. You will be in there and you start, because that's the job of some people. They are social media folks that everything that they are getting, their income, their source of income, everything is coming from. And the interesting thing is, one video, they'll post it on TikTok, they'll get money from TikTok. They'll post it on YouTube, they'll get money from YouTube and Facebook and everywhere. So what I would say is, let's embrace it and make good use of it, and at the end, and use it responsibly. It's going to help a lot of people. People are making millions and millions of, or thousands of dollars, or probably, if for our brothers in Ghana, thousands of cedis each and every month from it. So we shouldn't think that it's going to take our jobs. If you're a secretary and you think that AI is taking your job, advance yourself to be a little bit more than the secretary, a little bit more than just taking off notes. Okay, be a little bit creative, add some additional skill set to it. So aside taking the notes, your manager will see the essence or your relevance in his or her business. Other than that, when you realize that a system can do the notes taken for them, they will let you go. It's advance yourself a little, because sometimes we get so comfortable that I'm on this level now, it's fine. But we can't rely on that, because yeah.
All right. So, Dr. Paul, let me ask you this question real quick. There's so many things that we've talked about concerning the educational part or the formal educational aspect of AI. Now, let's look into the creative act. How can AI maneuver its way into the creative arts to make it a better industry in terms of creating, composing, arrangements, and also the playing of the instruments? How can AI help make this better?
So you just nailed it on the. We all know right now, you can just record something just with any background, and then you can place it in an AI background, and it will look so great. Some of the movies that we are seeing on our TVs and whatever places that we watch content from, all those things, we are realizing that now it's becoming more creative. So AI helps with automating. Then when you finish a content in the creative industry, I'm just taking the movie part or the videography part, for example. When you take it, then you have to now go and look for an editor who will edit it properly and all those things. Right now, you just grab any video and then plug it in, put it into an AI, and then the intelligence system will make it so nice, change the resolution, make it higher.
I'll tell you what, back in the days, my dad used to own chains of printing press, right? In the days of Newtown. And I remember he used to have the film room.
Okay.
And right before you go to the film room, you go to the office, meet the graphic designer, tell him the logo that you want to create, how you want to get it done, all the effects that it needs to come with it.
Right.
And they will design it on the computer.
Right.
And they'll do the color grading. And with the color grading, I remember it was sign, those red colors have different names, they call it janta and all that stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I know there was one that starts with a C, and there was red, blue, yellow, and just those grading will create different colors when being played with on the software. After that, they will print it out for you. You take it to the lithographic room, whereby they will mirror that on the film plate.
Right.
Run it through a machine, have it come out. The design that you took from the office is now placed on the plate.
Right.
That plate is being run through different chemicals, washed down, properly identified, and it's being put in the machine,
Uh-huh.
and the machine will run it. The rollers will run the plates, and the
Mm-hmm.
plates will depict the information of the
Right.
plates on the paper and just get printed out. After that, I remember my favorite part was the cutting part. You do the collating. After you do
Mm-hmm.
collating, make sure that the pages are in line with whether it be in the pamphlet or magazine. Whether
Right.
then after the collating, you just take it under the cutting edge machine, chop it off, make sure the sizes are right.
Yes.
Then take it to the place whereby you're going to be doing the stippling or staplings, or whether it's going to be sewing, if
Right.
it's a buying the book. I'm trying to give the chronological settings of how books, magazines were made back in the days. But
Yes.
now, with a snap of a finger, you can create a synopsis
Mm-hmm.
of what you want to do, and AI will just create everything for you. And you say, hey, AI, create a synopsis of how to live a better life using AI healthily, in a healthy way. And I need this in 50 pages.
It will
Uh,
do it.
I want the cover page to be this logo, this diagram, this colors with the cover page, and the books itself will be black and white.
Right.
Acknowledgement. I want acknowledgement to go out to A, B, C, D, E, F, E, G, like basically, and it will create that for you in less than 30 minutes.
Oh
But back
yes.
then, you would go through a whole process for like probably 3 4 hours before you can even get to the second step or the
Oh
third
yeah.
step. And for you to even get the papers, they'll tell you come back in a week and you
Mm-hmm.
come and pick them up and sort them out. And oh man, it's crazy.
So for instance, if I intentionally plugged 500 pages document into ChatGPT and I was like, read this for me, I bet you it took it less than 15 seconds to go through. I thought it was just glancing through, and I asked, give me the key information at each page. I want to understand. And it spent between 1 to less than 15 seconds. It was able to read through that. So the technology is helping, but we have to use it properly. And to answer that, the creative arts part, so as you made mention of even most of them, and even ideas. There are some people who want to do very nice movies, right? Then you can ask it, create a script for me that I want to come up with a nice movie story. I don't have any ideas. Help me out. I bet you it will just give you about 4 or 5 very nice stories. Then you pick one, then you tell it, now elaborate on it and create an actual script from it for me based on each scenes and everything. And it will do it for you. After that, then you can just take it and go and plug it into another AI that will change, that will take the text and make them in a video form. So most of us on TikTok, the angels that you see, the angels video, the people singing your Twi songs, your English songs, dancing and doing all those things, I promise you, most of them were, the command was just like a simple writing thing. And then now it has been converted into that. So,
All right.
mhm,
Well, Dr.
yeah,
Pope, due to the our time, I would like to go into the questions. Then
okay,
after open up for people to ask questions, we have 15 minutes before we wrap up. So I want to
okay.
make sure that we get those questions. So Simeon says, what are some job opportunities in the AI field?
Okay, so some of the opportunities, you can be a data analyst, but those data analysts, it's not just the regular data analyst ones that you can just do data entry. No, you'll be analyzing content, how we can be able to enhance or perform better in the AI market. So you can be doing that. And actually, we have AI engineers. AI engineer is not necessarily like you have to be worrying about writing too much code. No, you can be an AI engineer whereby your job is to evaluate every content, everything that is going on there. So the job opportunities are there. Of course, if you want to be technical, you can be doing the intelligence programming. That one, you will be actually building, knowing how to build the system. And on top of that, the security is out there for you to make sure that the technology you put out there is being protected. So the jobs in the AI field, some are technical, some are not technical. There are a lot of them, and now they are, most of them are in high demand or on high demand.
Okay, so John Agbe says Grok. I'm not sure if he was referring to some of the softwares out there that help promote AI. So, are you familiar with the Grok?
Grok is one of the other AI tools out there that people use with regards. It's like people using, instead of ChatGPT, they use Copilot from Microsoft and all those.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
All right, Kinsler says, hi, I do think artificial intelligence is meant to augment natural intelligence, but artificial intelligence can never equals to natural intelligence. That's why only some people will lose their jobs. Those who don't learn to use or learn the foundation of AI are more at risk. However, let's remember AI is also creating jobs right now.
Mhm.
Example, it's taking customer service jobs by creating jobs for our automation engineers. It's creating value for movie industry, etc. And it
Right.
still needs human intelligence to guard its development. Kingsley,
Absolutely.
that's a very good one from Kingsley. Thank you very much. Isaac says, please, you need to come back. All right, so we will definitely bring him back because this is a very personal top, in personal interest topic to Dr. Pope. He actually reached us like, hey, let me go ahead and educate the people on AI, and let's see how best we can help everyone understand it from a different angle, and not just from creating hawks or creating myth out there and let the people believe the story and just
Right.
tripping people. Kinsley says in the Tesco grocery shop, that sounds, if I hear Tesco, the first thing that comes in mind is UK, London. Uh, my girlfriend used a video request. She asked AI to show her where milk was. I
Mhm.
was surprised. AI told her to go right for 80 centimeters and then turn left 15 centimeters, and there was milk.
Yeah.
Yes, as soon as we went centimeters, I was confirmed that the Tesco that he's talking about was from
It's
UK.
UK. Yeah.
All right. So this is awesome stuff right here. Any question? Any questions? Please, if you have some questions, do not hold on to them. Producer, do you mind opening up the line for us to take in some questions and have people answer them, please?
Awesome.
Any question?
Yeah. Feel free to ask any question, and don't be worried that intelligence system is
All right. Simeon says, well done, sir. Well done. All right. If there is no more question, because one thing I love about viewers they will wait to last minute and everybody will just bring their questions and it'll be back to back. Kinsley says, any free courses you can recommend, sir? Any free courses?
So there is this free course on Udemy. It says um, AI one-on-one to understand how all this thing about intelligence even comes about, how you can start writing your own simple ones. And the good thing is that it's free. So anyone, I think Betha has a question, but anyone who wants to learn that, please feel free to go on there. And there is this YouTube video on understanding the basis of AI and how you can be an AI expert. Those are also on YouTube there. But And I'm saying that it's free, so you don't need to necessarily pay money, and for some you don't need to have money to learn this stuff, please.
All right.
um
People asking for your number. Is that something that you want to give up, or you would like to give another form of contact so that people can reach out to you?
so I can I can give out this one, which is an open line, 646 450 67. Oh, sorry, not that. 646 450 9293. Yeah.
Your number has been AI-fied.
I forgot that other number is, I took it out, so it's not active anymore. But the
Oh,
646 450 9293 is active. You can send me a message, or you can call.
okay. All right. Aisha Nuhu says, thanks for your insights, but is ChatGPT free version and the subscription one different? I mean, basically, what's the difference between the free version and the subscription version?
So the free one, of course, the number of times you can access information is limited. So they count the number of output and the number of search you are doing, and they can limit you that you cannot search. If, let's say, you reach the count, you can't do any more search until 3 hours later or 24 hours later.
Okay.
But then the paid one, of course, you have free access. And then the content, the ChatGPT 5, which is different from ChatGPT 3, which I think is the free version, the details of, the detail of the information has been enriched a little bit. So, PK, think of the paid version as like they have refined
It's
it to the
refined.
core, right? And then the free one, you can get as many sample information as possible, but you have to search and search and search. So the free one is there, and aside the limitation, the content wise, the paid one is pretty strong.
Okay, Bertha, please unmute yourself. Tell us where you're calling from and your question. Bertha.
Fine. Don't get that system over.
ACKAAH.
Let me make sure. I came in the middle of the conversation, actually. So, yeah, in your middle crowd, by Chichi, now you're re. And Timmy Pacho, AI and Indiaman and Yama Binity.
Okay.
Bertha, hold on. Bertha, Okasa Kobaka is going to be a whole different. He has said it all the good things that it says. So you can go back on the YouTube, HRTV, and you will. I'll post it back on that platform so you can really have all your questions answered to you. Because I think that is a very good question, but then yes or not is going to deter the process of the timing and also the things that you've already said. Um, Bertha, we'll let you go back on YouTube, and I'll post it on the HRTV chat room. Kinsley says, I think Gemini AI and Grok are open sources as well. All right,
Right.
thanks. Kinsley sounds very in depth with AI and very deep with. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Pope,
Yeah.
final
Okay.
words. Can you wrap up in the summary? Your final words, then we can go ahead and call it a day.
Sure. So finally, thank you all for the time and the audience. What I want to say is that intelligence system is out here to help. And most of them are free because they want people to use it. And the more we are using it, the more we are providing data. And then the more the system is going to look for answers for us. It's helping out, helping healthcare, helping every area in life. So I will encourage you that if you can learn some of these things a little bit, it will help. Don't just think that, oh, I only know CCNA. I'm a cybersecurity person. I'm this, so that is enough. No, it's not. There is more for you to learn. So do yourself the favor to learn some of these AI technologies and the tools that are coming out. It's going to help you. And to those who just copy whatever is on any AI platform, and then just paste it for their work. Be careful, because at the end of the day, you have to know what you are expecting. Always, I want to. This is what I say, PK. When it comes to AI, it's like you've given a lighter and a fire to a 2 years or a 3 years old child, and you say, "Hey, play with it," because only all what they know is either they throw it in there to cause a whole lot of explosion or whatever they will do. You don't know the outcome. So if you don't know the outcome of what you are searching for, when an AI gives you the results, don't copy and paste. And you are going to get into problem. Read and try to do a little bit of research on it. And also, lastly, I will encourage you that push yourself to learn something. Even if you are in Ghana, most of these tools on Google and other search engine platforms, they are free. Learn a little bit, and it will be very, very helpful for your own career. Don't sit and think that, oh, no, it will still need humans to work on it. It will still need humans to enhance it and maintain it. So, PK, thank you very much for the
We
time.
got 3 minutes, so I will ask Fatih's question because that's something you did not mention about yet. She said, "I use a Schmoz AI on my phone, but I'm unable to access it on my laptop when trying to work on the laptop. Could you tell me how to do it?"
Okay, so first and foremost, we have to find out if that AI was built only for mobile devices, and do they have a web version of it. If they do have a web version of it, obviously you should be able to log in with the same account on the web. But on top of that, one thing about some of this AI is that they limit you to the number of uses. Some of them limit you. Let's say you are using the free version and they are saying you cannot use it on multiple devices. The moment you install it on one device, maybe your phone, they take the MAC address of your device and know that that device is registered. So you are trying to access it on another device, they will prevent you from that. So there could be multiple reasons why you are not able to, but please, yes, you said you are.
It's a paid version.
Oh, you have the paid version. Then what we can do is we can check if this particular, the Shimo's AI, if they have a browser-based or a web version. Because if they do, with the same account information, even if you can't remember your password, you can always change your password and update it. You can be able to access it on the web. So I think, PK, she
Yes.
can connect after that, and I can check
All
what
right.
could be the reason.
Thank you very much, Dr. Paul, for making time out of your busy schedule, coming up with us to have a good time and good session. At this point, we're going to call upon Uncle Jimmy. If A class is here, A class can do us the honors. If not, Uncle Jimmy, can you please sign out Dr. Pope for us? We need someone from Top Send to sign out Dr. Pope for us. Uncle Jimmy. All right, if no one is available from Top Send right now, all I'll say is thank you very much, Dr. Pope, for making time out of your busy schedule. God bless you for coming, and we will definitely bring you back because the demand has already been requested. And thanks for educating us on some things that needs to be done and how properly and effectively we can use AI in its best efficacy. God bless you, and see you another time.
Sure.
All right,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtains for the show, Time with Top Send. Also, bring it to you. Next is the Q&A session or the Top Send Focus by Uncle Jimmy and the team. I want to say big thanks to all our sponsors for making to this show a possible way to bring you the best information you can have. And also big thanks to Top Send for actually making this possible. Don't forget to use the promo code PK, P-KAY, and also let your loved ones and friends know that Top Send is back, and that please send your money home to your loved ones and families as soon as possible. before you actually lose on the great rate out there. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you guys same time next week. And we're going to be treating fibroids and pregnancies, next Dr. Jacqueline, all the way from UK. God bless you. Big shout outs to everyone in the UK, Germany, Ghana, watching us right now because it's 12:16 a.m. and you still making time out of your busy schedule to be on the show. God bless you all. Uncle Jimmy, over to you.